everybody. Hope you've had a good weekend and you're staying safe. On to week 2. Obviously, if you have any questions about the story we're reading or about the work you're doing, pop them in the comments and I'll reply as quickly as I can. But that's just another way you can contact me if you need to. So, we are on to chapter 11 today. It's called A Trip Down Memory Flame. So, what have I missed? Yawned Thanatos, as the ship of death rode through the melancholy depths of the underworld along the River Lethe, the river of oblivion, passing forests of dead trees and vast expanses of barren fields. Oh, you know how it is. Nothing really changes, said Charon. I'm getting older, everything creaks a bit louder, bits keep falling off. Nonsense, said Thanatos. You don't look a day over 4,000. Too kind, governor, smiled Charon. They rode past a building site on the river bank, where a team of penates was scuttling around a half-finished construction covered in scaffolding. What's this? Asked Thanatos disapprovingly. It's happening everywhere, said Charon. You get a nice bit of riverside wasteland and somebody snaps it up and builds flats. That's going to be a luxury underworld complex called Dun Living. These jokers are totally ruining the character of the area, if you ask me. Is that so? Said Thanatos, his eyes darkening. Are we far from Tartarus? I'll get you there faster than a satyr chasing a siren, governor, said Charon cheerily. In fact, I need to pop in anyhow. I've been diversifying my business model, branching out a bit. I've started a grocery delivery service. It's doing all right. I've got a drop-off to make in Tartarus as it happens. Be there in no time. 10 minutes later, the boat pulled up alongside an infinite brass wall. Thanatos and Charon disembarked from the ship of death and made their way to a set of imposing ebony gates. The flaming letters across the top announced that this was the entrance to Tartarus. Abandon hope, all ye who enter here, proclaimed a large sign. CCTV is in operation in this realm. Thanatos stood back as Charon slouched towards the security booth in front of the gates, where Cerberus, the three-headed hound, had one set of eyes on the gates, the second on a large sausage roll, and the third on a small TV screen showing 2 harpies screaming over who stole the other's boyfriend. All right, mate, said Charon to the security guard. How's the family? Not bad, said Cerberus's middle head. Wife's just had a new litter. Oh, congratulations. How many kids you got now, then? 47 boys and 32 girls, said Cerberus proudly. Actually, I think it's 46 boys. One of them said his sister had put on weight, so she ate him. Oh, kids do the funniest things, chortled Charon. Got a delivery for one of your inmates. All right if I go through? Help yourself, said Cerberus, buzzing the gates open before picking up the sausage roll. Oh no, one harpy's just pulled the other one's wing. I know it's trash, but I do love a good harpy fight. As the ebony gates creaked open, Charon and Thanatos proceeded into the fiery wasteland of Tartarus. They were in a vast blazing valley where on all sides prisoners were performing everlasting punishments, moaning as they pursued their endlessly futile tasks. So what's the plan now you're out? Asked Charon. Put your feet up, take it easy, find a new hobby. I'm going to reclaim my Chaos Stones, take my revenge on Zeus, enslave the mortals and rule the world, said Thanatos, although golf also sounds quite charming. Important to keep busy, said Charon. Well, blow me, look who it is. Across the valley, a lone scrawny figure was struggling to push a huge boulder up a sheer hill. Sisyphus, Thanatos cried. How good to see you again. Thanatos? Said Sisyphus, raising a hand to wave, but quickly slapping it back as the boulder started rolling down the hill. Well, this is a surprise. Listen, no hard feelings, I trust. Of course not, said Thanatos languidly. The whole thing was hilarious. That time you tried to cheat your own death by tying me up and hiding me down there. Really, you are too funny. Oh, how I laughed. Thank heavens, said Sisyphus. That's very magnanimous of you. You know how it is. You work yourself up into a silly frenzy, and then you just have to say to yourself, Sisyphus, seriously? You are such a silly sausage. Thanatos won't give this a second thought. Of course not, said Thanatos, gesturing to the boulder. I'm not one to hold a grudge. Looks like you've nearly cracked that as well. Just one more push, said Sisyphus. This is the one. I can feel it in my waters. How many times have you tried to get that boulder up there now? Asked Charon. This will be 67,666, said Sisyphus. But this time, I really think I could be successful. Good for you, said Thanatos. I'll shake your hand, but "You sneaky swine," laughed Sisyphus with a heave, as Charon and Thanatos continued through the scorching inferno. "This is the address," said Charon, reading his order form as they approached a large pool. "Tantalus number 1, Pool of Despair." "You're late," snapped Tantalus from the middle of the water, where he was chained to a post beneath a plum tree that was groaning with perfectly ripe fruit. "I specifically booked the 1 p.m. to 2 p.m. slot. It's 2:04. "Sorry, mate," shrugged Charon, before adding under his breath, "Didn't realise you had such a busy schedule." "Did you bring my order?" barked Tantalus. "Here it is," said Charon, waggling the bag with a grin. "At last," whooped Tantalus. "I've done it! I've beaten the system! I will have food! I will have drink! I will have a refund! You're 4 minutes late!" "Yeah, one little thing," said Charon, consulting his order form. "I've had to make an item substitution." "What do you mean, substitution?" snapped Tantalus. "I only ordered 2 things, water and fruit." "Yeah, it was weird. I tried everywhere. Drachma Saver, Obelmart, Piddle. Every single shop was completely out of both. But I've brought you a replacement." Charon rummaged in the bag and proudly produced his shopping. "Toilet paper," he announced. "You can never have enough." "You idiot!" screamed Tantalus. "I haven't had anything to eat or drink for thousands of years. Every time I try to eat the fruit, it moves from my grasp. Every time I try to drink the water, it seeps away. I am mad with hunger and thirst. My skin is wrinkled like a prune on a pensioner. You bring me a toilet paper?" Charon hung his head. "It's quilted," he added hopefully. "You total moron!" Tantalus yelled. "I can't eat this." "Listen, pal, you served up your own son for dinner. I didn't have you down as a picky eater." "Ugh!" yelled Tantalus, throwing his livid hands up in the air, sending the fruit-laden branches flying and the water slipping away. "I'm starving." Now, smirked Thanatos, plucking the toilet paper from Charon's hands. "That's just not very community-spirited of you, Tantalus. Just because you can't make use of this doesn't mean somebody else won't benefit. Hey, Sisyphus." "Yes?" strained Sisyphus, his boulder teetering on the brow of the hill. "Catch!" sneered Thanatos, tossing the roll straight at him. Sisyphus instinctively snatched his hands away from the boulder to grab the gift. "Wow, quilted! Thanks," said Sisyphus before his face fell a mile. Uh-oh. For a second, the boulder looked as though it might simply drop into the crevice on the hilltop, but as it wobbled precariously at the summit, it quickly became clear that gravity was going to win. "You can't be serious!" screamed Sisyphus, sprinting downhill as the boulder started to roll back down. "Ah!" The mighty rock came tumbling down the hill, picking up incredible speed and forcing Sisyphus to drive into Tantalus's pool to take cover. Tantalus howled with laughter as the boulder that had taken months to reach the summit rumbled back down in seconds, rolling up the other side of the valley and taking off like a skateboarder on a ramp. "I'll get stuffed," yelled Sisyphus, grabbing a huge handful of plums off the tree and cramming them greedily into his mouth. Thanatos's thin lips curled into a satisfied smile. "Whoops," he said carelessly, and headed onwards. "Wait for me back at the boat, Charon." Charon shrugged. "You're the boss," he said, "but remind me never to get on your bad side." Thanatos strode on through the flaming valley until he came to the banks of a murky lake. In the middle there was a small island surrounded by a river of fire. On the island stood a circular stone prism from which a cacophony of shouting and argument was echoing around the valley. "Comrades," shouted Thanatos from the bank, "can you hear my call?" The din went quiet. "Who is it?" a voice squeaked from within. "If you're one of those door-to-door vacuum cleaner salesmen, we've told you. We're not interested." "It is I, your king. It is Thanatos," the demon cried across the water. There was frantic whispering within the prism. "Don't believe you," said the voice again. "Unless you're delivering pizza, shove off." "Is that you, Mendesium? Demon of lies?" There was a brief pause. "No," said the voice unconvincingly. "I believe him," said Pistis, the demon of trust. "I heard you were alive," whispered Ossa, demon of rumour. "It's true," said Thanatos, "and when I have reclaimed the Chaos Stones from the traitor, I will use them to free you too. We will fight, and this time we will win." "No, we won't," moaned Penthos, demon of misery. "Let's do it," said Alalal, demon of battle cries. "I'm hungry," moaned Limon, demon of famine. "What's he talking about?" shouted Geras, demon of old age. "And who's got my teeth?" "But first I must know this," Thanatos proclaimed. "Who betrayed me? Who put you here? Who escaped imprisonment?" It was Fuga, demon of escape, said Medesium. You liar, Fuga shot back. I'm still here, ironically. Well, you didn't hear it from me, said Ossa. Who? Barked Thanatos. It was Hypnos, said Ossa. My own brother, said Thanatos incredulously. My twin, are you sure? It was. That psycho sold you out, said Oblivio, demon of forgetfulness. Now what was the question? It was Hypnos, I swear it, declared Alethea, demon of truth. And that outfit looks terrible on you. I see. Be patient, my subjects. Victory will be ours, said Thanatos. You will come back and get us? Asked Elpis, the demon of hope. It will be done. I will return the Chaos Stones and free you all, shouted Thanatos. I swear it on the sticks. Yeah, right, sighed Chorus, demon of disdain. Bungalow, yelled Colomus, demon of stupidity. Ow, who trod on my foot? Yelled Algia, the demon of pain, and arguing started up again. Thanatos headed back across the barren wilderness of Tartarus to the Lethe, where Charon was waiting in his boat. Do you think you can find my brother? Thanatos asked with a dark smile. Hypnos? Crikey, not seen that crazy kid for millennia. Must be up on Earth. I'll find him, don't you worry. Thank you, said Thanatos. It's high time for a family reunion. Bet he'll be pleased to see you, said the ferryman. Oh, Charon, Thanatos laughed. I very much doubt that. Ooh. Okay, I will see you again tomorrow. Have a good evening.